I'm Miss Colbach here, and I wanted to share with you something that I just love so much. Did you know that God created you? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That's what the Bible tells us in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Genesis 1:1. That's right. Create means to make from nothing. God just spoke it. And let me share with you, I have some numbers up here, and I'm going to tell you what the numbers represent. When God created the world, He created it in 7 days. Like 7 days in a week. God is so wise and so powerful. That's what He did. On day 1, the first picture right here says, you see the black and the white? That's going to represent the day and the night. God made the day and the night. On day 2, God made the sky and the water. You see, on day 1, we'll use our hands. God made the day and the night. Can you do that with me with your hands? God made the day and the night. Because the daytime you're awake, and nighttime you sleep. So say, God made the world. On day 1, God made the day and the night. Good job. And on day 2, God made the sky. So let's put some clouds out there. And the water. The clouds and the water. And then on day 3, God made the dry land. So let's put our hand like this for the land. And the plants and the trees. This is a big tree blowing in the wind, we'll pretend. Okay? So let's start from 1. On day 1, God made the day and the night. On day 2, God made the sky with your clouds and the water. On day 3, God made the dry land, the plants, and the trees. You know who He was thinking about when He was making all this? He was thinking about you, because He loves you so much. In the trees, He put apples in the trees and fruit, and He made the trees to have seeds so it can grow more and more today. Next time you eat an apple, find the seeds in the middle. That's what God did. He put the seeds there for us because He loves us so much. And then on day 4, God filled up the day and the night with the sun. It's really big. The moon, a little smaller, and the stars. All the stars in the sky, God put them there. And He has a name for each one of them. That's right. And if God names the stars, don't you know He knows about you? He loves you. So on day 5, because that comes after 4, God filled up the sky with birds and flying creatures. And He filled up the waters with all the swimming and sea creatures. Can you think of some sea creatures and some birds? That's when God made them, on day 5. And on day 6, God filled up the land with all the animals, all the land animals, and then God made something really special. When He made the animals, He said, let there be all these animals, and they were there. And then God made Adam and Eve. And when God made Adam and Eve, He did something very different. He scooped up some dirt from the ground, and He formed Adam from the dirt in the ground. And then God breathed His breath into Adam. And when God breathed His breath, Adam became alive. That means, boys and girls, you see, the reason God loves us so much is He gave us his own breath when he created us. We have an eternal part of our being. That's our soul. When God breathed into us, Adam became alive. And then God made Eve. He took one of the ribs away from Adam and he formed Eve. And then he woke up Adam, and Adam said, "Whoa, man, there was a woman." That's what God did. He made Adam and Eve on day 6. And on day 7, God rested. Not because he was tired. He rested to tell us that it's okay to rest after you work hard. So let's start from the beginning. And you say them with me and do the motions. Let's say the verse first. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Genesis 1:1. On day 1, God made the day and the night. On day 2, God made the sky and the water. On day 3, God made the dry land with plants and trees. On day 4, God made the sun, the moon, and the stars. On day 5, God made the birds and the fish. On day 6, God made the animals, the land animals, and God made Adam and Eve. On day 7, God rested. God made the world. Very good. You practice those hands motions and you can learn all the days that God created in the world. Day 1 is the day and the night. Day 2 is the sky and the water. God made the dry land with the plants and the trees on day 3. Trees and 3, there's a rhyming word, you can remember that. And on day 4, he filled up the day and the night with the sun, the moon, and the stars. He filled up the sky and the water on day 5 with the birds and the sea and water creatures. On day 6, God made all the animals, and then God made Adam and Eve. God made human life on day 6. And on day 7, God rested. All right, bye for now. Have fun learning. And remember, God loves you.